Afternoon, guys. Right, I'm just out in my garage. Just wanted to check on Deuce. So yeah, unfortunately, some of you might have seen in my videos, Deuce lives out in my garage. And this time of year, when it's bloody cold, I have to wrap him up like an igloo to keep all the heat in, to keep him safe. I'd love to have him in the house, and maybe one day I will get him in one of the bedrooms upstairs or sort of set up. But there's a reason he's out here, and I'll get to that in another video, I think. But yeah, his temperature, as you can see there, the heat's on 29% power, which is good, holding at 27 degrees where the probe is, but that's a good distance away from the hotspot. So I know that underneath that bit of cover, beyond where the pegs are, sort of here, this whole area is probably closer to about 40 degrees. So he's got a nice hot spot under there where there's a large stone and he can curl up on it. And I think, yeah, the probe, so there's sort of 1.5 foot across, almost 2 foot, isn't it? Because that's a 6 foot viv across the bottom there. The probe is actually almost about 1.5 to 2 foot across. So it's a bit of a distance away from the hot spot. Anyway, so yeah, with him wrapped up like an igloo, you can see it's not very warm out here tonight. We've got 29% power for the heat. It's only on 29%, maintaining 27 degrees at where the probe is. That's really, really good. But yeah, he is wrapped up, multiple layers of bubble wrap. There's bubble wrap all down the back behind the upper viv and the lower viv. Then we've got the blankets, obviously over the top. And then, sorry, before the blankets, I've coated the vivariums, wrapped everything in bubble wrap, and then these floor tiles, foam floor tiles, I've actually used them to coat over the top of all the bubble wrap. So it's almost like a triple insulation. You've got bubble wrap all over it, then you've got these foam tiles all over it, and then I use the blankets, which then I can drape down over the glass to stop the heat escaping. That's the worst area, the glass. Yeah, the heat just gets out of the glass, unfortunately. So yeah, he has to be wrapped up like that. So there we go. You can see some of the bubble wrap down the back there. So not pretty, I know, but it works. It serves a purpose. And then I have to sort of pull some of it out when it gets warm in the summer and just reduce it. But I did find that all of the bubble wrap, the covers, help to prevent him overheating as well. The heater was barely on in the summer, but yeah, it stopped it overheating. So it's a good thermal for cold and heat. Let's see if we can see where he is, because I think his light's gone off, but let's have a little check. Let's see if he's just literally chilling. Oh, there he is. I don't know if we can see him. It's going to be tricky to see him with the reflections of all the lights. Hang on, let's see if we can get in there without him being spooked. Oh, there he is. Sorry about all the reflections. I'm going to try and change that. He's just clearly quite happy because he's in his water, so he ain't exactly cold. Oh, there he is. There's his face, just behind my knuckle. He's chilling in the dark. Hang on, see if I can get a focus. There he is. He's quite happy, doing what Snake does. I do check on him every day. I'll be honest, 2 or 3 times a day. I check him every morning, making sure there's no issues. I've got to get all those bottles gone. That is awful, isn't it, in the background? I need to make a background better. Yeah. Ooh. There he is. Quite happy. And chilling, quite literally. Right, we'll leave him to it. Use the doors and the cabinet to wedge that nicely down. And then I use the pegs just to hold the curtains back, just to stop any heat escaping. Oops, not easy doing this with a phone in your hand. I'll have to come back and do it properly in a minute. Let's put this one, pin this one back. Good grief. Oh dear, no, I'll do that better in a minute, but you get the idea. All right, so yeah, anyway, so if you happen to have your setup outside in the garage, as I know a few people I've spoken to have actually got reptiles out in their garage. I mean, oh dear, oh God, I did that really well, didn't I? I will, at some point, want to insulate the garage. I think I'm going to batten and wood chip all the walls and do my best. But unfortunately, it's got a very tall ceiling in here, so all the heat goes straight up. I'm going to come up with a plan on how to insulate this garage better. Definitely something to do with the garage door. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's always going to be cold in here unless you heat it, I suppose. It's one thing insulating in the garage, but unless you're providing heat in here, it's not going to actually get any warmer, is it? But it just reduce the amount of heat lost. So yeah, so for the time being, for the last 3 years, he's been wrapped up like this every winter. It's worked absolutely fine. I have added extra bubble wrap this year just to be sure, and I added extra blankets. And then on warmer days, I do uncover him, come out, and I uncover it just to air it. But to be honest, the garage is so there's gaps everywhere, so it's not like there's a lack of fresh air in here. So yeah, there is. So yeah, if you need to keep your reptile safe in the garage, or if you've got particularly an issue with not keeping it warm enough, try insulating your vivarium. Wrap it with bubble wrap. These black foam tiles work really well to neaten it off afterwards, which I'll show another video without the blankets on it so we can see, but you might have seen it in some of the other ones. And then duct tape, weatherproof duct tape, black duct tape I've used to, there you go, you can see it down there. I've used to secure it all. Sometimes I've had to use a bit more just to stick it, but you know what? That stuff lasts, really. That's 3 years on, hasn't gone anywhere. So very useful for sealing it all in and keeping him warm and safe when it's cold. But one day, hopefully, I can move him indoors where he's safer and secure. Anyway, that's it for now. Speak to you in the next one. Bye for now.